crazy.
Welcome back to Sunrise. The time is now 21 minutes after 6 o'clock. That means the sun just got a little bit brighter because your sunshine girl is here. TK, good morning.
Hey! If you were going to be a sunshine girl in real life, TK, which position would you want to
Goal
play?
shoot. I like it.
I was going to say goal shooting.
I like it.
Okay, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be very good at it, you know, but I would try my best.
No, look here.
I tried it, you know. Back in high school. Never went so well for me.
I love netball. Miss a netball.
Yeah, man, netball, nice.
Yeah. Center and double D. Wing defense. Yeah.
Wing defense, okay.
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 Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You have to agile like that. You know what I mean? And then time the body help. You know what I mean? Yeah. You get me? Yeah. For all of it. Yeah.
Nice.
But good morning to the sunshine girls.
And all the sunshine girls out there.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning to Karen as well. Yes.
We're going to jump into the headlines, shall we? Let's do it. So, poverty in Jamaica falls 50% to record low in 2023. Jamaica's poverty rate fell to a record 8.2% in 2023, just more than half or 50.8% below the 16.7% at which it stood in 2021. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, the PIOJ, presented the data on Wednesday morning during a quarterly briefing, noting that the latest figure represents the lowest ever since the poverty rate was first measured in 1989. PIOJ Director General Dr. Wayne Henry in presenting the findings, said the decline in 2023 was largely driven by the country's strong post-COVID recovery, increased employment levels, a near 86% growth in the national minimum wage, the implementation of strengthened social protection programs, and robust remittance inflows. In addition to this decline in poverty, there was also a reduction in food poverty, also referred to as extreme poverty. So, update on that.
Interesting.
These are always things that I'm interested in, even like from an academic perspective, in terms of, because, you know, students have to study poverty and
sociology, right? Yes. And social studies too.
Right. In Cape Sociology, it's Unit 2, it's Module 3. Good morning to all those students studying sociology. But it's very important because of the conversations that we often need to have. And so, like, we often have these conversations on TV and on radio and in the papers about, you know, how people are suffer and nothing go on. And I've always said, I don't believe them. Like, there's this notion of, and yes, there are people who are living in dire straits. We know that there are people who are living in difficult circumstances. But I mean, there are certain ideas, these notions of sways of the society getting worse and worse and just living in squalid conditions and so forth. And I tend to think things are getting better. And it must be that we can measure these things. And it's not just about asking people, because, oh, how are things? Why not Nagwan? It's easy for people to say not Nagwan. I always say it's like
Nagwan might have tree house.
Yeah, and like I always say, it's like the Christmas vendor phenomenon, where you ask a Christmas vendor, how's Christmas? Like you think they're gonna say, yeah man, this Christmas is great. Every year they're gonna say the same. Why not now really?
But then every year they're out there.
Yeah.
And people are shopping and people are buying. So somebody I tell lie. It's like when you go out to the stores, you go to the supermarkets, TK, they are rammed from bow to stern. Every supermarket. Every supermarket. And like if you say, all right, I'm not going to go on my supermarket today. Let me go to the supermarket round the road. It's full too.
Well, I would say two things. One, it's culturally you're kind of supposed to say that not go on for you, because
you know, it's like you're different.
Yeah, you're supposed to kind of nothing, you know, me there suffer. It's a cultural thing, so I don't really listen to that. But could it also be that because of where we are, who we know, and the, you know, where we are located, we think things are great, but there are other areas that we don't have as much access to.
And that is why I say,
I feel like people could be saying, listen to them, they don't know what's going on. They don't really know what's going on.
People who are living in difficult circumstances.
Yeah, but when you juxtapose, say, for example, some other countries, TK, I'm telling you, we have it great. Okay, so there are people, unfortunately, who are living in abject poverty, and we understand. But generally speaking,
in
Jamaica is guaning.
People are, and there are some people who are land poor.
What do you mean? What that mean?
In terms of, all right, they live in a community, they're not in a big house with a big land space. But going to them house now?
I'm never told you.
Going to them house now?
95-inch TV, AC a blow constantly, and them have every ice maker fridge known to man, and they cook 2 meats on Sunday. Okay.
They're not.
Some people too, Dennis, they may live in a garrison area, but now watch the garrison area. Going to the house na TK, remember me told you, one more ceramic tile in a that, a nice bed. So again, sometimes your local may trick people into thinking, oh, you're poor. No, you're not. No, you're not poor.
Because poor is a thing. It can be defined, it can be measured.
Yes.
And I'm saying that you get the impression that poverty is on the, plus there are more places, like when you go, like even whether it's Mega Mart or Price Mart or all of these places, and people can buy little things, little curtain, little accent pieces and fix up them house. And like in a people's house generally look a lot better than it used to look. And yes, there are people who don't have nothing in them place and them need help from the MP and the this and people are on path and people are, yes, because the safety net must be there to catch people who fall below the poverty line. But what I'm saying is people are less poor than they were years ago. And when we talk about economic growth and economic stability and all of these things, I don't necessarily believe in quote-unquote trickle-down economics, but you see the manifestation of economic growth and development in people's lives. Like when you look at ABM transactions and point-of-sale transactions, higher than they've ever. It's not just rich people alone. You understand? So I'm glad that like I'm seeing an objective, quantitative measure that is saying people are less poor because you get the impression that people are less poor than they used to be.
Well, and it's important. It's important to have things like this because it's easy to go off of feelings and say, I don't feel it, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it. But here's the data saying
TK,
this is the case.
TK, just wait on a holiday to come. Or like an Easter holiday. Or listen to what I'm telling you. I went to buy bun. And remember, bun is not $2 for bun this Easter. And when I tell you, say ram, like dance, everybody have them like a bun. And so, you see, when people look at or judge poverty in a different way, right? So I don't have to have a 10-story house to be regarded as rich. Right, or be able to do for myself. There are people who are doing, especially now to the young people, in the advent or with the advent of the internet, who are earning more, who have started their own business. There are entrepreneurs now. You know, gone are the days where people. We normally would have an employee mindset. I find that there are many Jamaicans now who are very entrepreneurial in their mindset and who are young people who are start their own thing, who are do their own thing, and everybody do them little thing and make money. And people, so this is plausible to me.
People make money, thousands of US dollars, and they don't leave their yard in Seaview. You know?
I'm going to run for you now. I'm going to run.
I just picked that totally out of that.
I know. Well, the numbers don't lie. So
Men
that's what's happening.
Women lie, numbers
don't lie. So no matter how we're feeling, I'm sure some people are like, I don't understand, I don't feel it, but it's there. It's there.
We need to also draw a distinction between cost of living and cost of lifestyle. Some of us is a lifestyle where you want to live, you know.
That is a problem.
Because we have more than our parents did, and when we did as children, you understand? Parents have the internet bill to pay. You understand?
Cost of living is what you sometimes, or cost of lifestyle rather, is what you put on yourself. Oftentimes you want to live in a certain area, or you want to live in an apartment, or you want to drive a certain vehicle. You don't have to drive that vehicle. You don't have to live there. You don't have to buy what you're buying. You don't need a 50-inch hair. It's a choice that you make, you understand?
And we're living the lifestyle, the very urban, modern lifestyle. It's expensive. And people have less children so that they can afford to live the life and work the place and go on the vacations that they want to go on and stuff like that. I mean, the average person 20 years ago, how many countries have you been to? No, but Ibiza.
Thailand, Tulum,
Panama, Mexico.
Mexico. Everybody
People are living their little life and
it's not
enjoying them
everybody,
every
but a lot of people.
Yeah.
For me, I think that people are becoming more in tune and open-minded, and to know that you can earn differently. So gone are the days too, Dennis, when certain jobs would be frowned at or looked down on. People are now realizing that, excuse me, I can be a very rich plumber, I can be a very rich electrician, a very rich farmer. You know? Yes. So the numbers seem plausible.
And that is why I love corner office, because it shows that people are do them work.
Yes.
Their corner office is not necessarily New Kingston.
Yeah.
But guess what? People are do them thing.
Yeah.
And the data is not telling you that people are get more rich or like a rich, opulent, but people are get less poor.
Yeah. I like that. All right. Anything else, TK?
That's my headline for you today.
Thank you very much.
See you at 7 a.m. for the news.
All right, thank you. That's it for headlines this morning. We head to the break, and then when we return, it's over to Money Masterclass with Carlton, brought to you by
JN Bank.
That's right. It's still sunrise right here on CVM.